What is next for MJF? In this video, we will recap the entire situation and discuss where he might be headed. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? It is Sher Khan, the Bronze Titan, and today we have a very important video discussing the career of MJF. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video on MJF walking out on AEW, go ahead and check that out on my channel. But in this video, we will be discussing everything that has transpired. Now, MJF, it is well known that in 2024, his contract will expire with AEW. Now, what he's been trying to do is effectively begin a bidding war between WWE and AEW to see who finds him more valuable. What is he worth as an individual performer to these companies? Now, Tony Khan and MJF have failed to reach negotiations, which led to MJF no showing FanFest before AEW Double or Nothing. Now, after that, we had Double or Nothing take place and MJF actually appeared for the scheduled match and to do the job to Wardlow, receiving 10 powerbombs in the process. What a match, and what a definitive way to put Wardlow over in this rivalry. Now, my thoughts on it, everybody's saying that's why MJF left FanFest, because he didn't want to job out to Wardlow. But while essentially he did job out, I don't think he got buried, as some people have been saying. Now, MJF is the star in AEW. He has got a certain caliber. He's a homegrown star in AEW, previously seen in Warrior Wrestling. But to say that he was completely buried in that match, although it was a very one-sided showing, he can recover from it. He's very clearly populated the news of WWE and AEW pro wrestling worlds. He has populated the news at the forefront with this controversy. Now, a lot of people have been saying it's a work, it's a shoot, and for those of you who don't know, those are pro wrestling terms. Work meaning it's a storyline, it's fabricated, it's something that's trying to appear like it's real, but it's not. And a shoot is real, authentic, and to the point, or often cutthroat, like in pipe bombs we've seen in MJF's pipe bomb. Now, speaking of that, we had MJF come out on AEW Dynamite and address everything. He did not let anything off the table. He let loose. You could see the passion, you could see the drive, you can see the fury in this man who has felt like he's an underappreciated talent, and in my opinion deserves a lot more than he has been given. Now, is it a work? Is it a shoot? Who knows? I feel like it may have been real life scenario situation, because it's dealing with such a matter where MJF could potentially leave for WWE. So I feel like those kind of frustrations made this, if it is a fabricated storyline, it definitely blended what had been used from this real life scenario. And we've seen Tony Khan, controversially to MJF, he's commented that blending real life scenarios and storylines is a great thing. To which MJF replied, F this, F you, Tony Khan. Now, this whole situation has definitely caused a lot of stir in the news and professional wrestling community. Some people are with MJF and others are completely against him, calling him unprofessional. But you have to remember that not too long ago, very, very, very recently, before this had happened, Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out on WWE, a video I've also covered on this channel. Go ahead and check that out as well. You might as well update yourself if you don't know. Now, Sasha Banks and Naomi were received very well by pro wrestling communities, wrestlers who are part of WWE, so ex-WWE wrestlers, and fans generally seem to be on their side. Now, with MJF, it's a far more polarizing matter And while Sasha Banks and Naomi didn't want to show up for a scheduled Raw, as Pilana Productions put it very well, they didn't have much stakes on the line in their match. It wasn't a match that people paid to see specifically them wrestle because it wasn't an announced match. Whereas Wardlow and MJF was a scheduled, almost headline of the pay per view, the AEW Double or Nothing. So it's a very interesting scenario, and it's been a pleasure to watch. It will be very interesting to see how the situation develops further. Until then, let me know in the comments below. Where do you think MJF is going to end up? Is he going to stay in AEW, WWE? Let me know. I've been Sher Khan, and I'm out.